The greatest war of our lives is still being waged between Hasan Piker and Ethan Klein. Really, there isn't nothing more important going on in the world, and anyone else telling you different is a liar and a swindler. The outcome from all of this has been pretty surprising, as Hasan seems to be winning at every turn. He managed to avoid a literal nuke, a whole lawsuit campaign aimed entirely at feminine looking people like himself, and now he's proving himself to somehow be even cooler, as he's just been accused of calling for the death of Hila Klein, the 70-foot dragon that is still burning down half of LA and is 100% responsible for the hummus shortage in Palestine. So here's the clip that everyone like Bugman Asmongold has been raging about.
Matter if they're DFLP, PFLP, or even former Fatah militants. It is perfectly legal, perfectly valid, and perfectly
I don't think he should be saying it. He should not be saying that it's perfectly legal to do something that's not legal. It's not legal to do anything to a person because they were part of the IDF. Like, you can say it's moral. I mean, I could disagree with that, but you should not be telling people it's legal to do this. That's crazy.
Yes. 100%. This is not like this is not a gray area. This is black and white, okay? It doesn't get more black and white than this. Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids.
He's using coded language to avoid directly saying it? No, he's not. Where's the code?
Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence,
man, that's crazy,
is literally legal, definitionally legal. It's just the truth.
If somebody attacks Hila Klein, they're gonna go to jail.
And after he was called out for what he said, he responded again, like the next day, trolling everyone like he didn't know why everyone was so mad at what he said or who he said it about.
What violent threat did I make this time? What happened now? Okay, don't say what is it? God damn it, man. Okay, calm down. I want to know what it is. Now I want to know what it is. Is it ban that chatter? They're saying you called H a valid military target. I mean, if someone is participating in a raid in the West Bank, if someone of the Israeli occupying force is participating in a raid in the West Bank, in the process of participating in that raid, just in the process of participating in that raid, yeah, they are a valid military target. This is just the international law. It's not me that is threatening anybody. It's, take it up with the United Nations. It's also something that supposedly Ethan Klein himself believes. So I'm confused. They're saying you currently think she's a valid target? No, of course not. That's idiotic. I've never said that, and I don't believe that. And they're lying. It's the way it's clipped. No, that's bullshit. Reddit seems more obsessed with you than usual lately. I know. D is literally saying someone should you, not trying to bring your mood down or anything, but this is going way too far at this point. You should totally get the police involved. Oh, this. So if I started saying shit like Hasan is Hamas propagandist and therefore a legit military target, which, by the way, he does say that. What? He says that every day, which I do not believe. Everyone is going to be okay with that. This is the fourth time a leftist Twitch streamer has explicitly called for me or Hila's death. Nobody has been reprehended for these threats by Twitch, not once. I've never called for a threat against Ethan Klein or Hila Klein. That is insane. That's bullshit. And he knows that that's bullshit. He's just actively trying to victimize himself.
What's great about Hasan and why he's so cool now is that he's reached a level of entertainer, I guess, where he can just say something that sounds crazy and know exactly how it's going to be received, and then he pretends like he doesn't know why everyone is mad. It's a level of trolling that I can't match. He literally throws stones at Israelis and he's hiding his hand. Technically, Hasan is correct, as he was talking about when Hila Klein was in the IDF, so she's not a valid military target now. But she was when she was in the IDF. But to even mention her and bring her into this conversation wasn't necessary unless his goal was to offend and piss off Ethan. I mean, this dude hung out with Ethan for ages and didn't have a problem with Hila before this beef, but he clearly thinks that when she was in the IDF, and let's be real, maybe even now, it would be okay if she was shot. It wouldn't be any sweat off his back. You can't say you think it's moral or for someone to get killed and then act like you don't want that to happen, or at the very least, that you actually care if it did. But Hasan knows that, and that's why he's the GOAT. And is he wrong to think this? There's an 80-foot dragon stealing 110% of hummus from Palestine and burning down LA, and Hasan is the only one calling out this 90-foot woman. And because of this lawsuit, Frogan hasn't eaten in hours, which is like basically starvation, and Hila Klein just destroyed another one of Mel Gibson's houses, and I can't figure out why she's targeting him specifically, but she should probably stop. Ethan responded back to Hasan claiming that Hasan wants his wife's head on a pike.
So Hasan has been trying to claim that he meant only people during the raid would be legit to exact violence on it. But even if it's true that that's what he meant, why is he making it sound like she escaped justice? Wouldn't that justify a form of justice catching up to her? Right? It's something she has coming, right? Why even include a specific person who hasn't served in the military in 20 years? Why does he mix up past and present tense while he's discussing this? You know, is this a responsible use of his words and his platform? Don't you think that even if what you're saying is true and you meant only people on that raid would deserve violence, that invoking a specific person is really appropriate and true? And doesn't that have the risk for provoking the craziest people in your audience to think that maybe it would be a good idea to kill my wife, right? Like, what are we talking about, dude? And also, Hila was a secretary, okay? Him and all of his friends here, they're trying to invoke the image that Hila was somehow some commando that was constantly going into raids and kidnapping people in their sleep. She was not in a combat role. She was a secretary. She never fired a bullet outside of basic training. Okay.
His defense of his wife is that she was only a secretary. She only did basic training and barely shot a gun when she was over there. But why would she need to? She's a fucking 130-foot dragon. If that's what a secretary can do, I can only imagine the Lovecraftian monsters that they use over there as foot soldiers in whatever country that's fighting right now. I can't even remember. And then he goes and shows even more based shit that Hasan has said. I mean, it sounds like Hasan has an entire hit list that grows each day. Soon he'll be putting Stalin to shame.
Either, right? And Hasan himself has a troubling history of calling for political violence. Here is the infamous tweet he made to Tom Cotton, a sitting congressperson. And no matter what you think about Tom Cotton, what Hasan tweeted is fucking mad. This is the gun that a vigilante used to assassinate Shinzo Abe, former prime minister of Japan. This is the schematics, the exact gun he used to assassinate this guy. So, I mean, he is directly suggesting that somebody make this gun and start killing politicians. There's no other way to interpret this. But nothing seemed to really happen from that. This is his most recent one where he's saying someone should kill Rick Scott.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
And once again, there was a recent example of him sitting next to the great Taylor Lorenz, laughing about how an official was forced to resign after receiving death threats. He's applauding it. Go ahead.
874 Bellevue Drive, and I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical now.
Threats.
This is an unprecedented time to really get others on board, to explain to them that it's not your neighbors, it's not like a Guatemalan migrant that is responsible for all the shit that you're going through on a daily basis, not a trans person. I think this is a unique opportunity. You get even Devers and Barbas on board with that, like White Wymons. And you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. That which is I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact. And it's a great opportunity for organizing, I think, in these unprecedentedly horrible times.
If he keeps threatening to kill people like this, he might become my favorite streamer. I thought people liked terrorists, aren't they cool now? And knowing how much Ethan loves suing people, you would think that if Ethan really thought that Hasan was being serious and was really threatening his wife, or that this was a current call to action, he'd be serving a lawsuit so fast, but he doesn't believe that. But that also doesn't mean that Hasan doesn't wish that it would happen, which is what I believe. This roller coaster of a beef is insane, and it's only getting better, and who knows what's going to happen next. There could be more casualties coming soon, so pay attention.